Okay, this is a short video to show you a little bit about insulating or sealing a room where the hydronic heating vents have gone and a hardwood floor has gone in underneath. I put this hardwood floor in a long time ago, and at the time I didn't give any thought about trying to insulate where the subfloor meets the wall. But after doing several other rooms, I realized that where the drywall hits the subfloor, there tends to be a gap which is hard to seal. And when this house was built, that was sealed with hot mud, which what I found was it tends to crack at that location because of flexing in the floor. And so there's an air infiltration issue there, as well as other types of infiltration. So here I've taken the opportunity, since I'm doing some work in this room, to try to seal this up. Now, I've got two techniques that I've tried. Let me show the first one. The first one I did was when the wood is running in this direction. This was the first course. And the first course, you can't put it all the way in or you would never be able to nail it. It's face nailed as it is. There's about a half-inch gap between the wood and the wall. And that gap is extremely hard to get to because of in this case, the hardware of the hydronic heating vent almost touches the floor. But there's just enough room to fit in the nozzle of a spray can. And it's difficult to get the tip of a caulking gun under there. It won't really fit. And the other thing is there's really quite a large volume under there that you might want to fill. Where you really want to seal it is right at the junction where the subfloor hits the drywall. And that's very hard to get to. Now, I hate using the spray foam because it's so messy, but I did use a can that I had lying around in this case because I thought it would work okay. Now you can see, I really kind of crammed it in quite a bit. I used up the whole can. Now, it is expanding a little bit. That's actually pretty easy to trim off. Also, it's not going to even be visible because of this heating cover comes down almost to the floor. This is the part where you don't really see it. Okay, so I actually want that to squeeze out. That tells me I'm getting a good seal. Now, on this wall, it's a different story. These pieces of wood running this way, and when I put this in, these go up almost to the wall. And actually, just by chance, I suppose. Oh, that's right, not by chance. See, this wood actually stops short of that gap. That's one reason why the gap was as large as it is. In this case, just because of the dimensional tolerance, I wouldn't even be able to fit in a tip. And if I did fit it in, there really wouldn't be a volume to fill. And the junction I'm trying to get at is down. It's difficult to seal it. So what I did instead was I just took caulk and I'm just running it in this gap. And there's going to be a space behind it which is just not filled at all, but I'm sealing it up the best that I can. Okay. I also ran the caulk along the top. Okay, that in a sense seals off what's behind there, and that will help drafts. If there was a draft, for example, from that junction between the drywall and the subfloor, that air infiltration could come through here, or it could come through here. Now, the other thing about a gap on the top here is that you can lose things down there, like a playing card or a dime. And of course, once it gets in there, you can't ever really get it flush again because you cannot get it out. This one I haven't caulked yet. I like to caulk these now because I have seen things that fall behind there. I was doing work in a room and I remember seeing just a tip of something. I was able to get a pair of tweezers and pull it out. It was a postcard from the previous owner on their trip to the Bahamas. And it was like over 10 years old. It was just sliding behind there, so I like to do that. Okay, just a few tips here on sealing off a room. Okay, air infiltration, but it's also good so that things like dimes don't slide under there, or other, and of course dirt. You can't get it out once it gets in. Okay, ants coming in and out of the house, all that sort of stuff. It's good to seal the room off. Okay, thanks. Bye.